Patriots pulling up, ain't gonna stop. Hide if you want, cause it's ready or not. We the whole gang and we up on your block. Got the red dot on you, now take the shot. 2-8 don't face me, now I got my slide. We hunting down snakes, we aim for the hide. Try to jab me, I don't care what you say, cause the people are here and we win either way. Hey yo, shout out to the truckers who be honking on the road, blocking off the bridge even when the weather's cold. Missing out on money, but to them it do not matter. Fighting for their freedom is the reason that they gather. All over the world, anywhere that you can fathom. Ottawa to Paris, no they are not terrorists. Canberra to Vienna, run up a comparison. Trudeau can't stand them, then he try to ban them. Call up an emergency and do it with some urgency, and call up the city police to take away the liberties. But our numbers going strong, you know we never stand alone. We taking back a rights, you better take the story on your phone. Then we go to States, put the stick up on my plane. Ain't gonna show a back sport, you don't wanna ask for it. Then I'll call the truckers and we call it 18-wheeler force. Block it now and no remorse. Australia to hit the source, they calling for the power so that they can come to take your body, your life, to end your mortal strife. Take away the guns, then take away the funds. Hacking at the fundraisers so we know the hell awaits, and really think they're gonna stop it, but they'll never make a profit. No more water in the faucet, cause the workers don't deposit for the timers doing violence. Rebels got it moving silence, still it's time to make it loud on the streets and in the cloud. Get banned, stand up, you know we gotta man up. I ain't gonna little timer try to lock us up. Say we gotta wear a mask while they party in the club. Vax that thing up, or I cannot buy us up. Think the politicians for getting new pay, they pay stub. It's only been a couple years, you know that we are fed up. Truck Trudeau in the same go for Joe, and if you try to lock me down again, then I'ma let it blow. If you try to push the vaccine, I'ma say no. If you think that you're safe, we better run up in your place. We done with the games, we done with the snakes. You better be scared, we'll do what it takes. Patriots pulling up, ain't gonna stop. Hide if you want, cause it's ready or not. We the whole gang and we up on your block. Got the red dot on you, now take the shot.
I won't take the vax, no. Fauci is a backhole. Why you even rap, bro? If you ain't spitting facts, though. Fire like the Bascos. I'll check the swag, bro. Them trust anyone on news and a lab coat bars. Why they always grifting for the black votes? TikTok pop stars swear it's all an act, bro. Now they want the truckers in the prison cause they mad, so I'ma make a song that made their next turn. Lassos. Call me rap cowboy. Even as a little DC, I was a loud boy. Spitting racist jokes in the class like a proud boy. Okay, who you kidding? I'm like Gavin this McGinnis when I'm rapping like a tabloid. 9/11 inside job. Michelle's got a real big schlong. Probably like 10-inch long. They probably wanna end this song, but we ain't gonna end this song. No, McDonald's fries kill more people than Corona did. Masked up class suffocating all the COVID kids. Let me take a breath. They're praying on a death. I blame it on the left. Taking who you rep. Jesus Christ is the set. I can see that they upset. Gays go to hell. Why? Cause they
Patriots pulling up, ain't gonna stop. Hide if you want, cause it's ready or not. We the whole gang and we up on your block. Got the red dot on you, now take the shot. Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call on blue, the way you be cluing. Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call on blue, the way you be cluing. Have we had enough of your lies for one night? Have we felt enough of our pain to know it's real? How do you feel? Sick and tired of the lies, all I'm feeling is the pain. It's the devil in disguise while I'm standing in the rain. Water pouring from the sky, but you tell me the opposite. Like I don't have a consciousness, like I'm stuck in the matrix and my brain's up for the taking. But we don't do that, I know my facts. They say that he was elected, but where the stats at? They say that jab the only way to get your life back. But if you have a heart attack, then they will go to hide that. Look at the FDA, acting like KKK, trying to run all our lives like we they brand new slaves. Lose the job, banned from playing segregation, all the same. They call themselves progressives, but they taking us all back again. Bring the world to darkness and sacrifice the children then. When it's said and done, then you will never live with hope again. I say that we break the chains, we can't leave the world the same. Make love real again. As we fly above the truth, I ask of God, am I with you? I walk the path, go to the line, but still I feel that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages from all across the world. My name is Chandler Crump, and you are now tuned in with me here on Crump Live, as we do every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the dot, on the clock. We're here, you're here, I'm on your screen, you're in your chair.
let's get going with this, shall we? We had a great time yesterday on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern with our daily show, or previously daily show, twice weekly show, the Chandler Brief, which we always have a great time with. Nice to see Rebecca Kaplan. She says, Chandler with no tie. Yes, because we only keep things business casual over on the Chandler Brief. But here on Crump Live, we like to relax things. We're here. We're ready to tear it down. We've got a ton of stories we're going to be jumping into today. But as you guys know, we like to really chillax here. I try to slow it down. I mean, I've heard a lot of complaints. Chandler, you talk way too fast. We can't understand what you're saying. I tell you, I don't know how to help you with that. But what I can do is try to just, chill, lean back, relax a little bit, wear a bit more of like a flowy, airy shirt. We're actually having a heat wave here where I am in Georgia. I think there's also one happening kind of over the southeast, but it's been like 90 degrees consistently, which is actually kind of strange to me because as we traveled very recently, we went out to all the way out west to California, and over there it was like 115 at one point. So I started kind of acclimating to near 3-digit weather. So coming back to Georgia and enduring 90 degrees has been kind of normal to me, honestly. I'm gonna hate, I'm such a southern Georgia boy. I'm gonna really hate, because in Georgia the weather it's all over the place. So in a few months it'll probably get back down to like 60 and 50 degrees, and I'm just gonna want to stop living. But anyways, we've got a ton of stuff we're going to be jumping into today. First things first, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's tuned in. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. We're already up to 13 likes on YouTube, which I'm sure we're just going to really cook it all the way up. So make sure you're doing that. Shout out to my folks watching over on Rumble and Getter. I appreciate all of you tuning in on our alt tech platforms. I really appreciate y'all keeping up with me despite the censorship and everything. And yes, censorship. I say that, and I don't say it lightly. Censorship is one of the biggest problems facing conservatives in the modern political field, and it's only going to get worse. I started speaking out against political censorship online way back in, 2018. I joined Parler right as it launched, basically, and I've been talking about, free speech and censorship for the longest time now. And I've flaunted this. I've been very proud of this before, but it's never really seemed to be such a major issue until Trump got banned. And people would argue, people before him as well that got banned was a major thing, but Trump being banned was just a major, really big. Everybody suddenly wants to be billions. This is big. We need to get involved. So now it's become a really major thing. Big players with a lot of money have gotten involved, and we're going to talk about them later. You know who I'm talking about. But what I want to start off very first on the show today is Libs of TikTok. Now, you guys may or may not know Libs of TikTok, but Libs of TikTok has been a very active account on Twitter for a while now. I think at least since a little after the election, maybe even before that. But this account really popped up, got out there, and has been making the rounds, publishing what is happening on TikTok, what these, libs, liberals, leftists, these crazy people are doing to themselves and to the people around them. Now, they have caught a lot of flack on Twitter because, Twitter is like, you can't do that. You can't repost exactly what they're doing on your account. We don't know why, but you can't do it. See, they can't really get past the logic. But anyways, in this image that was breaking, found just yesterday, Twitter employees were published to be debating whether or not they should ban Libs of TikTok in some leaked screenshots. Now, they've taken strikes and jabs at Libs of TikTok's account before. And guys, just bear with me when I say Libs of TikTok. It's going to be a struggle. You guys know my lips don't work as well as my brain does, so it's going to be a struggle. But anyways, LOT, we'll call them that. LOT has gone through a lot of turmoil in recent months, including being absolutely doxxed by Taylor Lorenz, disgraced journalist, quote unquote, with the Washington Post. LOT had all their information out there. It was bad stuff. Received lots of death threats, and it's not ending anytime soon. So let's check into this. LOT, the Twitter account dedicated to reposting alarming videos and events from left-wing activists, is facing a potential permanent ban, according to a leaked internal Twitter chat. A source in possession of the internal Twitter discussion provided the post-millennial with independent verification of the dialogue between Twitter employees discussing the potentiality of such ban. Twitter employees are currently debating whether to ban us. We have screenshots of their internal discussion, said Libs of TikTok. Yes, because they were actually able to get a hold of the screenshots themselves, LOT was. The potential ban comes mere hours after Media Matters employees took to Twitter to say that LOT account was going to be responsible for the death of LGBTQ plus individuals. And Ari Drennan, who is the LGBTQ plus program director for Media Matters, posted a series of tweets attacking LOT account and the woman who runs it, who I won't say her name because it doesn't need to be out there. But Drennan said, Oh, Drennan said. Drennan accompanied the post with news of a drag queen story hour being protested in San Francisco. Drennan didn't stop there and claimed LOT is hard at work in making sure that far-right militias have their next target because these evil people are going to get out there and they're going to kill everybody. At least that's what they're going to say. But meanwhile, when one of these drag shows actually happens, like one happened in Dallas, what happens is peaceful protesters like John Doyle and journalists like Aldo Butazani get down there and cover the story. Put it out there, everybody knows about it, everybody's talking about it, everybody is drafting legislation about it, like a certain state house representative in Texas is actually doing now, drafting legislation so that this cannot happen again. When you get the word out, suddenly everybody wants to talk about it, and for once, it's a rarity on the right, people actually want to take action. I'm very glad that we're drawing the line here on drag shows. We're going to be like, okay, no, this is bad. We're going to bring up major outcry about it. Let's hope that they don't slippery slope push the line back and we're suddenly like, well, if the kids want to do it, it's fine. But no, seriously, let's not let them do that. And I say, as with many other people, as right-wing activists, we push the line further. You know, we take back some of the ground that has been taken from us. So let's maybe reclassify some of these the T side of LGBT as more of like, okay, you need some help more than you need your bits chopped off. But I gotta be careful. We're here live on YouTube, as you guys know, so we do have to be very careful. It is LGBTQIABCDEFG Pride Month, so I can't get too crazy with it. But what can be crazy is these people saying LOT is going to get somebody killed. Meanwhile, it's LOT who is actually receiving the death threats. This right-wing lady is inciting violence, said Drennan in her Twitter rant. Drennan has also retweeted and amplified other journalists calling LOT's actions terrorism and claiming that the content posted by the account is trying to spark a genocide, which I find extremely, supremely ironic considering, well, the things that LOT is getting out there is indirectly their own genocide, like the people within it that are choosing these lifestyles, not producing children. Now, you're not eliminating people, but you are eliminating the prospect of these people creating people. Now, it's not genocide by definition, but it's, Elon Musk, who we're talking about later, has been publishing a ton of studies about this, about the fact that our birth rates are declining, and people, Western people, basically anybody that isn't in Africa or the Middle East, where they're pumping babies out like crazy, our races are dying out because we're not creating enough children. We're being like, oh, well, I can't afford it, or, oh, why would I want to deal with all that? And we're just dying out straight up. Now, I come from a community that has been pretty stagnant for a long time now, but considering the entire American community is soon going to be on the downgrade, well, I'm sure I can give you a good idea of what group is going to go first. A group that aborts almost as many babies as it births. A group that kills just as many babies as they grow into young adults than most other groups do combined. Yes, you know where I'm going, and I don't need to say it out loud. I don't need to write it all on the wall for you, but it's truly an issue. It's truly an issue. Let me read a few chat messages before we continue on here. Alan says, hey Chandler, I want to get bigger in politics. How do you think I should grow? Definitely get on social media. I see you have a thing called the Aiden Manny Show, which is great. I'll have to check it out. But definitely keep up with that YouTube channel. If you're on social medias like Twitter and Instagram, make sure you get out there. You really start hammering in that content. I've been happy to encourage and even help people plan out how they get involved on social media, which has been a great thing. I'm really happy to do that, and I'd be happy to extend that to more people down the line as well. But growth on social media is a really great thing, but also don't forget, there is just as much of a world outside than there is on one of these phones, so make sure you get out there. Diamond R says Notification Squad. Let's go. John Lane, I think is what that says. I can't read it that well. Says not promoting violence, just laughing violently at them. That's a good one. Laughing violently. I mean, hey, I can't say you're wrong. I'm laughing to the bank. They're laughing to the bank. It is what it is. But apparently, trying to spark a genocide. I'm never going to get over this one. We could go on and on about what media matters and what they said, but what I think is most important to go over is the actual death threats that LOT received. Hi, FBI. I'm being threatened with a pipe bomb. Can you please look into this? Sent you a pipe bomb for literally supporting Nazi bigots, babe. Please kill yourself at your earliest convenience. Don't ask me why I can do that impression so well. No, but seriously, this is a Twitter DM that LOT received, and that's just one. At FBI, this guy said he sent me a pipe bomb. Can you please do something? Me and the bestie. This is ironic for real. So this is Looks about what you'd expect. Why is this person? I can't. And I was gonna say the guy, but I guess we can't do that anymore. Why is this masculine appearing fellow? I'd say, using the painty nails emojis and the please kill yourself at your earliest convenience. Sent you a pipe bomb for literally supporting Nazi bigots, babe. Why? Why? Somebody make it make sense to me. I don't know. Rebecca Kaplan says love and tolerance, right? Yeah, who knew? Who knew? Guys, is this love and tolerance?
Nope.
Is this stupid?
Yep.
Is this gonna get us anywhere?
Nope.
Are these people not gonna have any offspring?
Yep.
I don't know. We'll go on. Anyways, more death threats like this were sent LOT's way, but did the FBI do anything about it? Is the FBI gonna do anything about it is a better question. Probably not. I mean, considering the pipe bomber from January 5th and 6th, was it the 6th? Yeah, the 6th, is still out large, despite the fact they planted pipe bombs in front of the Republican National Committee and the Democratic National Committee buildings, their organization headquarters in D.C., and thankfully nobody was hurt and injured, not directly, and, they've recovered since. We still don't know who did it. They're still in the wind, apparently.
Stop the cap.
We know what it is. It's feds. They planted the whole thing. I can't get conspiratorial, but the fact that they haven't been found in 2022, when we basically got an entire security state and DC has cameras on every corner ×2, you would think they'd be able to find the person who did it, but it is what it is. Yes, Libs of TikTok receiving death threats, getting deliberated on about by Twitter employees. It's getting crazy. I want to read this last little blurb here. On Wednesday, LOT's account was suspended after activists mass reported a tweet thread with a series of drag queen events involving children. Last month, LOT's Instagram account was suspended but reinstated after an appeal. LOT is permanently banned from TikTok. That's a good one. No, but it doesn't seem like they want to make this ban from Twitter a temporary thing like it was. No, they want to make this permanent. So we're going to go to LOT's own website, which is just libsoftiktok.com. And you can sign up for their newsletter and all that good stuff. But what I want to do is read what they had to say themselves. So this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I promise you, you aren't going to want to miss this. We'll read this story just a second, right after these brief messages. Hey freethinkers, Chandler here, and welcome to the brand new one-of-a-kind commercial break. Here on the Chandler Crump channel, we pride ourselves on straight-talking nature, adherence to facts, resistance to media programming, and a loyalty to the red, white, and blue, above all. These live shows are what I consider to be my job, and I only get paid on tips around here. So if you think I've done a good job or want to encourage me to do even better, then check out the description of this video and go to donorbox.org/support-Chandler. This is our donation processor and the one-stop shop to support all things Chandler. If you choose to, you can even have your name appear on stream to flaunt that you support our show. This is, of course, the illustrious Hall of Heroes bar above me. Another path to the Hall of Heroes is, of course, Cash App. My Cash App code is $ChandlerCR, and it's visible on every one of my streams. Thank you guys so much. Now, let's get back to the show. Now, I don't know if y'all know what today is. There's a few different options for what today could be. Now, if you're your average liberal idiot, you'd say, well, Chandler, it's the 14th day of Pride Month. Have you painted your pride colors on your face yet? And I would so proudly, and yes, when I say proudly, I mean proudly say,
Nope.
do I plan to?
Nope.
Would I ever?
Nope.
Okay, anyways. But what you guys may not know is that today is Flag Day. Really fun fact, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But what today also is, which is really emblematic, really great, that Flag Day falls on the exact same day as President Donald J. Trump's birthday. Woohoo! Woohoo! So if you guys want to send President Trump a gift, well, here's your answer. Don't. The man's a billionaire. The man's been president. What he needs is warriors like me. So if you want to indirectly send President Trump a gift, then follow what the advertisement just said a minute ago and consider a one-time or even a monthly donation to support our channel here, my content here, my activism, my music, my YouTube, all that stuff is all supported by you. And then I'll pass it along by being a strong advocate for our nation and for, more than likely, the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Yep.
Happy birthday, President Trump. I'm sorry I may have asked for donations on your birthday, but I promise I will make it up to you. Anyways, let's jump back into this because this is Roxanne Shantae's laughing in the chat. Rebecca Kaplan. Oh, that might be why. Chandler, how will you celebrate Juneteenth? Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, the menace to society is in the chat. Thick Wrist McFist says, let's get this chat pumped up, and he says, Juneteenth. Uh, I know he's you need some new material there, Thick Chris. You need some new material. We've heard that one before. Anyways, somebody asked, how will I be celebrating Juneteenth? Well, the more important question is, will I be celebrating Juneteenth?
Nope.
I'm sorry. I'm really gonna overuse that one. No, because I'm a member of the
MAGA.
So I don't get the right to support and celebrate Juneteenth. It's just, I've lost my blackness, as Joe Biden so eloquently said it years ago.
And you ain't black.
And, well, the fact that I'm not black means I'm gonna have to just
Rub my leg down.
for
Billions.
of hours. Okay, I've stalled long enough. Let's jump into the story. I know you guys are gonna want to check this out. Rebecca says, I knew you'd say that, Chandler. I'm sorry, am I getting predictable? Have I said this before? Stop me if you've heard this before. Conservative Twitter accounts are dropping like flies. Just today, Allie Beth Stuckey was locked out for hateful conduct. Her crime? She criticized Fox News for celebrating a child's gender transition, which we talked about just yesterday. There was nothing hateful about her tweet. She wasn't harassing anyone. She certainly didn't call for violence. She merely dissented. That is all it takes.
Yep.
Project Veritas recently exposed Twitter's bias with undercover video of an employee admitting they censor conservatives. But we really didn't need hidden camera footage. Their bias is blatant. It'd take effort not to see it.
Go, you know the thing.
We've experienced our share of it firsthand. It started in April when we got 2 back-to-back suspensions. Following those, the left was emboldened. Knowing I wanted to remain anonymous, they went on a mission to expose me in the hopes of intimidating me into silence. This culminated with me being doxxed by Taylor Lorenz of the Washington Post, or as we so eloquently refer to her here as Taylor Lorenz. Might have to workshop the name. Instagram got on the censorship wagon as well. They mistakenly disabled our account and reinstated it after realizing their error. Linktree suspended us too. We've received our 3rd Twitter suspension just last week after posting flyers of Pride events. I had created a mega drag thread which documented the sharp rise in drag events for kids. It's a disturbing trend. The left has become obsessed with ensuring your 4-year-old has access to men dressed as women while dancing provocatively for cash. The fact that I was noticing and drawing attention to how widespread this trend really is seemed to trigger the left. Big accounts on Twitter started calling for my suspension while labeling me a domestic terrorist. The below Slack conversation between Twitter employees occurred today against this backdrop and echoes some of the charges leveled at us by far-left activists. Feels more likely that Libs of TikTok will get a verified badge out of this than a platform ban. Happy Pride. And then it shows it's the link to the tweet that Ari Drennan posted, which posts LOT's name, which is sad. She's gonna get someone killed. The Twitter equivalent of I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. This has been escalating for months for what it's worth, but our expectations out of Twitter are so low right now that the devil himself is having to squat to get on their level. Ugh. Like, I don't get how this account, which exists solely to generate targeted violence at marginalized people, continues to be allowed to post. But if we deplatform this account, we might erode trust in our platform from users who already think we're irredeemably biased against conservatives. Oh, I got a sound effect just for that. I mean, we successfully deplatformed Trump. I don't think deplatforming LOT is going to cause a mass exodus, but I guess it may not be in our fiduciary interest to enact a ban on a high-profile account right now. Trans people are being targeted for genocidal violence during Pride Month. Like I said, our expectations are low given that when James Damore came on with his transphobic misogyny, Twitter gave him a verified badge and let him go by fired by truth. I apologize. I was not speaking from my own perspective, but applying a commentary on how leadership has behaved recently. I could have phrased that better, and will be more conscious in the future messages. I despise and despair the activity that is currently flourishing on our platforms and empowering white supremacist fascists to act with impunity in conducting fascists. Fascists and fascists and fascists! Do you guys see how silly this all is? I can't go on. My voice will not support me speaking in that way any longer. I'm starting to get like a throat ache. You guys ever had that when you've got a really spot on great impression and it's just like, oh, I can't do it anymore. I need some honey. There are a few tweets involved in this exchange. As you can see, they're weighing the pros and cons of banning us. One of them expresses concern that a ban will only validate the charge that Twitter is biased against conservatives. The reference to Trump's successful deplatforming is interesting. He was permanently banned for incitement to violence, the same charge that the left hopes will stick to us. But unfortunately, it will not work because we all know the truth. And deep down, we know they know the truth too. And it just so happens that somebody they used to be a major fan of isn't quite on their side like they thought he would be. We're going to read that in a second, but let me catch back up on the chat. Rebecca Kaplan says Chandler is a white supremacist. That's a good one. That's a good one. Roxanne Shante says, click the link, folks, and share the stream. Roxanne Shante is using woke language. She uses the term FOLX, which is actually supposed to be a gender-neutral term for folks, I think. I think I heard about that somewhere. I don't know, I might be misinformed, but it is what it is. Let me check what we've got going on here. Oh, I think we've got a few notifications to let y'all know of real quick. Hold on a second, because I think somebody came through and is joining the Hall of Heroes. Let's see here. Yep, we have a $20 donation from, if it will let me see, from John Mullane. So big shout out, big thank you to John Mullane for joining the Hall of Heroes. He didn't leave a message, but I appreciate him nonetheless. Or actually, let me make sure he didn't leave a message. I don't know. Cash App's acting weird right now, I think. Yeah, no message, but I really appreciate him. Thank you guys, and thank you, John, so much. I'm going to add you to the Hall of Heroes right now. If you guys, anybody else is interested in supporting and joining the Hall of Heroes, all those options and links are available in the description below. They're also floating around in the chat. So shout out to John L. Really appreciate him. I'll give him 2 L's because he's got like one of those cool last names. So shout out to him. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything else here before we jet on by to the next piece of the story. All right, big thank you, John L. Roxanne Shante says, nah, just lazy typing from the phone. I feel that. Diamond R says, gotta go, but keep rocking, Chandler. We'll see you around, Diamond R. Really appreciate you being a member of the Telegram chat. I really appreciate you. Shout out to my folks over on Rumble. I see Helicon, who's just laughing it up over there. It just says hee hee. And then shout out to my folks over on Getter too. Although y'all are being a little silent today, I'm gonna need you to kick it up a notch. Talk to me. This is a conversation. This is a chat room. Make Punk Rock Again says, the Disseminators put out a song called Flesh Leg today. Haha. Oh boy, I wonder what that's about. Yvette says, hi, so proud of you from Wisconsin. Thank you. Nice to see you. I don't think I haven't been to Wisconsin in a long time. I'm gonna have to go back again soon. Hopefully somebody's like, hey, come speak to us at Wisconsin. That'd be a great time. Future Fitness says, I'm happy your lives are coming back to my feed. Great job as always, Chandler. So happy to be here, Future Fitness. Yes, we're streaming on every single channel I have now, but you may not have seen me for months because we actually joined and created a new YouTube channel, which we got up to a few thousand subscribers, but it was a great time. We're coming back to this channel because I think we've waited enough time now. We'll see what YouTube decides to do. We may have to retire this channel again. We'll see. And last but not least, Thick Wrist isn't trying to make me laugh. He says, hey, Chandler, I heard Roe v. Wade decision coming in next day or so. Any truth to the rumor? I've heard some rumors that a decision from the Supreme Court was scheduled to happen at some point this month. They weren't specified whether it was the Roe v. Wade one or some other major landmark decision or something random. If it comes out, that might be a big thing, and we might actually have to do something to celebrate it. Might actually have to. If your rumors, I'm gonna do a little research. Thick Chris, you may have just given me some inspiration to release a certain song a little bit earlier than anticipated. We'll see what happens about that. But big thank you for that. Shout out to Thick Wrist. And he said, Make Punk Rock says, I love your energy, man. Keep up the good work, and you will gain your followers. So thank you. I appreciate it. We're happy to be here on YouTube, Rumble, Getter, Gab, Truth Social, anywhere and everywhere. We're gonna jump into Truth Social a little bit later, but right now, let's swing on back to Twitter, shall we? Elon Musk comes to the defense of LOT over the Twitter death threats she received. This is big. This is crazy. Let's jump into this. Elon Musk has come to the defense of the woman behind the controversial Twitter account LOT after she tweeted she was receiving death threats. Musk, who is the CEO of Tesla, who also committed to acquiring the social media site, tweeted why after LOT, the creator of it, who was identified by the Washington Post as her name, tweeted on Monday she had now received about a dozen death threats after radical extremists, also leftists, accused her of being a domestic terrorist extremist. Twitter has not removed any of the accounts of those who sent the threats. Musk then commented, a platform cannot be considered inclusive or fair if it is biased against half the country.
Yep.
I was trying to look and see if I could find an image. I might have to get a sound effect of Trump saying, so true, so true. It's a funny sound right there, but it's true. The tech mogul has vowed to change Twitter's content moderation policies once he takes the company private after the acquisition is complete. Musk has said he intends to reinstate Donald Trump's Twitter account, which was shut down after the events of January 6th. LOT also tweeted that she was forced to relocate due to continuing death threats from other social media users. Update after the events of the past 2 days, I have decided to move to a safer location until things calm down. Thank you for all your kind words and support. LOT on Monday posted a screenshot of a message she received from another social media user who claimed to have sent her a pipe bomb for literally supporting Nazi bigots. Gosh, just crazy. But yes, here's the Elon tweet right here. Let's check it out. Yeah, all he has to say is why. Almost 100,000 likes just by saying why. I have now received about a dozen threats. Twitter has not removed any of the accounts. Insane. Straight up insane. And y'all know it. Y'all all know it. It's true. It's so true. It's so true. But Elon is a major force for this. After the account, which is LOT's, has amassed 1.2 million followers, but Elon is steadily approaching 100 million followers. Now I think it's only like Taylor Swift and maybe Rihanna or something. I think it's Taylor Swift. She is like the most followed Twitter account. Right? Let's do a quick check because I know she was really massive. Oh no, she's only at 90 million. Who is the most followed person on Twitter? Most followed person on Twitter. I'm very curious because I thought it was Taylor Swift. Okay, so apparently it's President Barack Obama. This is Obama. And I've got the most followers on Twitter. Obama. Let's just see here. Barack Obama. Yeah, oh geez, 132 million. Yeah, he was president during the meteoric rise of Twitter, so it makes the most sense. I think he was like the recommended and did it automatically follow you when you joined Twitter or something like that? It might have, or it might not have, but I know he was definitely big, but Elon is approaching. Roxanne Shante says bots.
Yep.
You're right. I wonder how many of those accounts are actually active, and that's actually a big thing that Elon has been talking about, them dang Twitter bots. Like, was it 12 or 10% of Twitter quote-unquote active users are not active at all because they don't even have a pulse. They're just algorithms and lines of code. Kind of sad. LOT wrote on her Substack blog that she obtained internal Slack messages from Twitter employees indicating that the social media company is thinking about banning her. The blog post included screenshots of what she claimed are internal chats among employees. The Slack messages, which appear to have been exchanged on Monday, purportedly show that one Twitter employee expressed frustration with management for not imposing an outright ban on the account. Liberals have accused LOT of inciting violence against transgender people. I don't know, y'all. It might be over for LOT very soon. It seems like any person who wants to speak out, for the truth, really hammer the truth out there, get it to everybody, well, they're gonna find their way getting banned off Twitter. Like another major account that we're going to talk about in just a second. Savannah Hernandez. You guys may or may not know her. She was the previous producer on the show Slightly Offensive over on The Blaze, but is now running solo, is doing amazing work out there on the field, publishing everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything that she comes across, which is just straight up insanity all over the field. She's doing great work. And we're going to get all into that after another few brief messages from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Hey freethinkers, Chandler here. Got a reason to celebrate coming up? Birthday? Anniversary? Election? Then why not recruit the help of your favorite content creator, commentator, and musician to celebrate? Well, now you can, with Cameo. Whether it be for yourself, your spouse, maybe that liberal son or daughter of yours, it doesn't matter. You can recruit my services to wish you a happy birthday, make you a funny political joke, send you a heartfelt message, and all around try to make you smile. For a small flat price on the Cameo app, you can recruit me to do all of this and more. It of course helps support me and the channel, so it's going to a great cause, and you get something even greater out of it. So if this sounds interesting to you, go to cameo.com or download the Cameo app on the Apple or Google App Store and create an account today. Then, once you're all set, just search my name, Chandler Crump, and from there, enter what you want me to say and who the special message is for, and you'll receive it within a couple of days. Now, let's get back to the show. If there's anything American society needs more of right now, it is fathers. And on top of that, good fathers. Which means this upcoming, Sunday? Sunday's Father's Day? Yes, this upcoming Sunday, I had to make sure, June 19th is Father's Day. If you've got a father out there that you know and are in connection to, I'm sure Thick Chris is going to have a field day with that one in regards to Juneteenth. But anyways, if you've got a father out there that you feel like you just need to celebrate, get him a gift, and you know that he's a fan of the channel, fan of anything I do, then make sure you go to cameo.com or download the Cameo app and look me up on there, and I can make you a special message to ring in Father's Day. Or if he doesn't know me, I can crack a little joke. It doesn't matter. No matter what, I'm at your service. Make sure you go to Cameo, look me up, and I'd be happy to fulfill your dreams. Because obviously, what more does anybody want on Father's Day than some teenager telling you Happy Father's Day, or I don't know, maybe something rude. It's all up to you. The choice is yours over there on on Cameo. And Thick Chris says, lol, 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 you called it, sir. See, he's ruined the show so many times, I've actually had to evolve my humor so that I just make the jokes before he does. I gotta do it before him. Rebecca says, Chandler should do singing telegrams. Actually, that might be a service I provide over on Cameo. Try and check it out. We might have to expand a little bit further, although that's gonna hefty fee right there, because singing ain't easy. Singing ain't easy. Anyway, somebody who's singing out there on the daily, not with music, but singing the truth, is Savannah Hernandez. And she is getting clocked by Twitter every single time. Just straight up, straight up, right on the head. Every single time she posts on Twitter, every single time she decides to spread the truth, she's getting hit on. Terribly. And not hit on like she's cute or anything, but like hit on like she's getting destroyed. Independent journalist Savannah Hernandez has been banned from Twitter. Again, this time her account, AnonNews14, was taken down without warning after she shared a video of interviews she did with attendees at the DC Pride March, asking them about their gender identities and preferences. Oh gosh. We will watch those in a second. The first time Hernandez was banned from Twitter was in November of 2020 for ban evasion, shortly after sharing footage of the national anthem being sang at the Million MAGA March in DC. The video was retweeted by President Trump and received national attention. That's when she got gone. Hernandez had no prior suspensions and had no accounts other than Sab_says. The same day Hernandez was banned, another account that was retweeted by Trump, Stonewall Jackson, was also banned. When Hernandez was banned for the first time, Twitter did not initially give her an explanation. I woke up and the account was gone, and it was for ban evasion. She appealed the reasoning, but Twitter went radio silence. Hernandez proceeded to create a new account, this time for her podcast, Rapid Fire. However, Rapid Fire podcast would end up facing the same fate as her original account. The second time Hernandez was banned, also for ban evasion, was after she shared an interview with an NCAA swimmer whose teammate lost a spot in competition to transgender UPenn swimmer, quote-unquote, Leah Thomas. Hernandez says that certain members of the LGBTQIAPTABBLT plus community mass-reported her account for the interview and she was banned again. She appealed the ban evasion suspicion, but received no response from Twitter. So now let's take a look at some of her great videos and see if we can't get ourselves banned from Twitter for resharing them. Because yes, I actually am streaming live on Twitter right now. I'll show you. Hold on. Let me just go to my Twitter right now and show you. We are actually live on Twitter, courtesy of our software. So shout out to my folks over on Twitter. My 3 or so people have got watching me there. But let's see how quick we can get zapped. Let's see what happens.
I'm gay. Yeah.
What? Stop the cap.
And not even to her, but it's just this entire thing. I couldn't even make it. Hold on, let me move the thing so you guys can see. I couldn't even make it. What? I got, what was it? 4 seconds into the video before I just had to pause and be like, oh gosh, let me set it so you guys can see. There you go. 4 seconds into the video I got before I was just like, oh man, are you serious? 4 seconds. I couldn't do it.
I'm gay.
They're so uncomfortable. It's weird.
What age did you know that you were gay?
I think at like 10 I knew that I think at 10, but I wasn't clear on my gender. Yeah.
You see, that's how it's how crazy it gets. Some of these kids don't even know if they're gay or not because as we allowed it to get there in the culture, suddenly being, gay and all these different things is a massively accepted thing. So they pushed it forward. They turned up the heat. They pushed the line in the sand further back. So now, well, I don't know if I'm gay or not because I don't know if I'm a boy or girl or not. And yeah, maybe I've made the choice that I like girls or something, but well, I don't know if I'm a boy or not. So I can't say if I was born a boy, I've got that between my legs, but I don't actually know if I'm a boy or not. Well, I can't know if I'm gay or not. Doesn't it really mind warp you? Doesn't it warp your mind? Doesn't it confuse you, confound you? Now imagine being, a fraction of your age. The average viewer of this channel is what, like 30, 40, 50 maybe? Imagine it being somebody a fraction of your age, like the 10-year-old girl that this girl used to be. I don't know how old she is now. Doesn't look like she's anything older than 15. But imagine that. Imagine that. The confusion. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was around like 10 as well when I started questioning if I was bi, and then since then it was kind of like a slippery slope because I was like, am I bi, omni, lesbian, and then I kind of like came to the point, and then now recently I've been like, am I pan, but then I think now I'm starting to realize that I'm queer, but yeah, it was.
You know what? And I've done a lot of research into the phrase of this community. Not only is it built to confuse those who are trying to join it, like these girls are, but even those within it are confused because, as far as I understand, the phrase queer just means anything that's not straight. So either she doesn't know what the heck she's talking about, or she's established that she doesn't know what she doesn't know what she is. Because you go from bi, which is being attracted to both genders, but nothing past that, and then being pan, which is like you're attracted to all genders, and it isn't so much so that you're attracted based on the gender, but you don't care what gender you are, you're attracted to them as a person, something like that. And then what other terms does she use? I don't know, but still, she doesn't know what the heck she's talking about. She's confused. It's sad.
It started around 10. It wasn't like fully formed, but I guess like that's when I realized, wait, that's a possibility. Yeah, I am genderqueer, trans, masc, and queer.
Okay, now they're starting to get past it. Okay, genderqueer, I used to know what that one means. And then trans masc means that she believes that she's a boy, I think, and masc as in masculine. So she wants to exude masculinity. I'm trying to be like a live translator for y'all, because this is a different language. It's a different language. It's not English anymore. Definitely ain't.
What's trans masc?
Trans masc is like
fact check. Let's see here.
like people under the non-binary umbrella identifying like or presenting masc.
Masculine?
Yeah.
What about you?
I was right. Let's go. Woohoo! I guess if we can celebrate for that. Roxanne Shante just says, "Where are their parents?" Dang good question.
I'm trans and my sexuality is unlabeled.
They're allowed
I
to
use
just
he,
give
him
up.
pronouns.
Yeah, and I use he/they pronouns.
He, they.
Tell us what you guys.
Yeah, they're allowed to just give up. Oh, I'm not watching this. I don't want to think about that. But they're allowed to just give up. And these are beautiful young ladies. They look what? They couldn't be anything older than 14, 15. They had a bright future ahead of them. And I'm not saying they don't have that anymore, but they're going to have to go through so much confusion. They both think that they are he, him, one of them he, they, trans masc, whatever phrase. Painted hair all down to the nines. This one's wearing a beanie, so she's in that emo phase. But what I'm scared of is if these two girls decide later on that, well, I'm he, him, I'm trans masc, and so I don't know my sexuality, and I'll probably change my mind tomorrow. I'm gonna walk into a doctor's office and chop myself up, and get gender affirming surgery, as they say it. And then they might live to regret it. They might hurt themselves past what they do, consensually at the doctor's office in terms of attempting to try to fix themselves. They might actually hurt themselves because of what they did. It's sad. It's really sad to imagine. But anyways, this isn't all about LGBT pride. This is just talking about Savannah Hernandez, what she's going on about. She talked about the Leah Thomas thing. Here's the footage of the Star Spangled Banner at the Million MAGA March, which I'm going to watch real quick just so I can relive it. All right, I had to do that. It's such a great time up there, November 14th, 2020. Right after the election, everybody was worried, everybody was scared, but Trump was still in office. Gas wasn't about to hit $5 and $10 in some areas. Yes, look it up. There is gas prices somewhere in one city in California that is actually at 9 something for regular. So crazy enough. I can't believe it. And we didn't have Joe Slow in office, who is proclaiming that.
And you ain't black.
Anyways, we've already read through all this, but the new accounts, all the stuff, Leah Thomas. Savannah has been attacked relentlessly by Twitter simply for being a journalist. So that's why we're striking back. That's why you can follow her over on Truth Social. She is verified over on Truth Social. If you're on Truth Social, make sure you go over there as well. Just look her up, Sav Says, give her a follow. I follow her over there. Great account. She's posting everything that she would post on Twitter if she was there. I followed her on Twitter. We followed each other on Twitter until she got banned on this most recent account. I'm sure she'll make another because, you know what? If you get banned for the first time for ban evasion, you never had an account before, you just keep coming back on to spite them, because why not? It was all under false pretenses anyways, right? There's no point in adhering to it and trying to avoid, I might not ever be on Twitter again. No, just keep going. Just keep going back. And all that matters is today, tomorrow, and the day after that. And if you can fight on Twitter today, tomorrow, the day after that, and you get banned next week, well, hey, it's fine. They might even go so far as to try and ban your IP, but there are ways to get back on Twitter no matter how many times you get banned. Doesn't matter. They can't fully stop you unless I don't know, somebody takes your phone, but I don't think that's a Twitter problem. But there's a ton of people on Truth Social, ton of people on Twitter actually standing for Savannah, and I actually want to show you some of these as well, including Elijah, who ran the show that she used to work on. A lot of folks who are just like, this is enough. Savannah Hernandez deserves the right to be on there. That's nice. Yeah, all sorts of stuff like that. Just great stuff, truly. Let's see if I can find it, because everybody's been talking about it. Yeah, so here's Elijah's thread about it. Elon, important thread. Let me explain how Twitter uses a hidden technique to silence effective critics of woke ideology. And then he goes on about it. We're not going to read through all this, because obviously there's a lot to talk about. But it's big stuff happening. It is big stuff happening over on Truth Social. The platform's really getting off the ground. I'm really excited about it. It's looking really great. There are only 2 social media platforms that I think run just very well, Truth Social and Gitter, and then there's also Gab and Parler, which run also pretty okay as well, but all these platforms are great. I'm on all of them. I support them all. I support some good competition, but they don't have Trump. Trump is on Truth Social, and man, so he's been talking about the unselected committee of political hacks who refuse to play any of the many positive witnesses and statements that also refuse to talk about the election fraud and irregularities that took place on a massive scale. So he's on Truth Social, tearing it down, posting relentlessly. I'm happy to see it. So I follow Trump, so do 3.3 million others. And I don't know how many bots are on Truth Social, probably not as many over on Twitter, even percentage-wise, proportionally speaking, probably not. I think it's a great place. So if you guys want to follow me on Truth Social, definitely just go to @Chandler and follow me on Truth Social today. We're really lacking on the Truth Social followers. We're only at 3,400, so I gotta build it up. I had somebody bullying me the other day, like, Chandler, I have 7,000. You only have 3,000. Woohoo. And I'm like, well, you follow 7,000 people, so that's the thing. But come on, give me a break. So if you guys want to help me out over on Truth Social, make sure you follow me today. If you don't have your account set up yet, what are you waiting for? They've already burnt through most of the waiting list. I don't think there's much left, if a waiting list at all. So if you can get into it, help me out. All that is available. Just go to Truth Social and follow me there. That's where the chat is. That's where we're all talking. That's where everybody's gathering to wish Trump a happy birthday, like Terrence Williams is. Let me show you this picture. Shout out to Terrence. I haven't seen him on Twitter in years because, well, Twitter censors people so hard, it'll mute your account. But on Truth Social, I see him just like that. And everybody's that's like, oh, Truth's going to be an echo chamber. What do you think Twitter is right now? Like, sure, they let you have a little bit of market share to let you see, I don't know, who do they let you see on Twitter sometimes? Jack Posobiec? Maybe a Mike Cernovich tweet here and there. Mike isn't even a conservative like that. They come at you hard. On Truth Social, well, it might be a bit of an echo chamber, but there are some liberals on here. I've had some pretty rude people in my comments, and they also just simply let you see who you want to see. They let you see. Like Brandon Strzok and Carrie Lake, Terrence Williams, Laura Loomer, Diamond and Silk. I can scroll on and on. Grand old memes, which, oh gosh. All right, we got to have a quick meme review. A proclamation on World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, which is apparently today. I didn't know that existed. What kind of pudding can I have for dinner? Come on, Joey, let's get you out there for a 2024 run. What? 2024? But I'm already the president of the world. What do I need to care about 2024 for? Speaking of 445. President Donald Trump. The best president. That ultra MAGA crowd.
Ultra MAGA.
The ultra MAGA crowd. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he's doing. Nobody knows what Joe's doing. Including Joe himself, who is on stage talking about he doesn't want to hear any more lies about reckless spending. Because he's changing people's lives. We're going to read through this in a second. I got to read a few chat messages first. I've been lacking on y'all. Thick Chris says, hey Chandler, what's your opinion on the 2A? What about the AR-15s and standard capacity magazines? Well, I know that right now... Oh gosh. The House is trying to pass a bill, actually did pass a bill with some, 10 Republicans that I just can't wait to primary. But 10 Republicans passing, as well as all the Democrats, passing a bill to raise the minimum age to purchase some guns to 21. Now, I've already waited 17 years, and soon to be 18 years, which finally the wait will be over, to buy my very own gun. I'm going to have to wait months upon months for my background check because despite all the anti-gun rights activists, like it's easier to buy a gun than it is to vote, which isn't true. But anyways, that's a sad thing. It isn't true actually. But anyways, it does actually take a background check to purchase and own a gun. You're on a list. They can find you easily. They can one day if they want to knock on your door, and who knows what's gonna happen after that. But they have your information. All that. You have to keep that updated. I've had to wait all this time, and they want to make it even more time I've been waiting? No, it's stupid. Second Amendment is the gun permit, as Bryson so eloquently said on a few songs, and I completely agree. And to all the people who say, I don't deserve to have a gun, I don't deserve to have a gun when I turn 18, well, all I'm going to say is, it's not your gun, so it's not your choice. How about that? If you want to decide who shouldn't have a gun, well, make your choice yourself. I don't know. It gets deeper than that. Obviously, it's a very nuanced issue. Gun rights, all that goes back to school safety, and it's a deep thing right there, which isn't just going to be solved by one thing on this side. It's going to be a big, deep issue. But anyways, Diamond R says, how the heck did the Texas shooter get guns then at 18 years old? Yeah, crazy. Well, that's because we don't have the rules yet. But also, there's a lot of wondering about how the kid got the gun in the first place. He definitely couldn't afford it. Also, nice to see you back here, Diamond R. Thickris says, Chandler, look me up. Come through. I'll set you up. Oh, legally, of course. Legally, of course. We're going to get me set up legally, of course. Anyways, let's hear what Biden has to say about these reckless spending lies and how many lives he's changing.
Lies.
I gotta turn it up. It's quiet.
I don't want to hear any more of these lies about reckless spending. We're changing people's lives. Rub my I don't want to hear anymore. Rub my leg down. Go, you know the thing. And you ain't black. And you ain't black. Rub my leg down.
I used to have a sound that I could hit anytime I wanted to really notate how dumb somebody is. You guys will ever wonder why Joe Biden is sick and tired of the lies, as he says?
These lies.
Cause I'm stupid.
Yep.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. You guys ever wonder how Biden is changing people's lives? Well, he's making it impossible for you to go places, as airline bookings in the month of May slipped a ton after fares rose 30% higher than they were respectively in 2019, making it impossible to get anywhere. Meanwhile, Karine Jean-Pierre is saying, to be clear, as the president has said, he plans to run in 2024. Shout out to Grand Old Memes. Shout out to Right to Bear Memes. It's good stuff. Poor Team Biden. They just got done, quote unquote, electing one of the most unelectable people in recent American history, and one of the most failure levels of presidents you can imagine in Joe Biden. I don't know. Here's another one from John Hacker, another amazing meme creator. Just floating down the river. Just hilarious, and Biden's watching. I mean, because honestly, can you guys name a single thing that has improved between last year and now? And don't give me those talking points about, oh, Biden created 9 million jobs. Yes, because the Democrats destroyed 10 or 11 million jobs in 2020. We have had a slow economic recovery because, well, you can't even call it a slow economic recovery. There's been no recovery. There's been a bounce back as Trump orchestrated it to be after the pandemic really ended in late 2020 and early 2021 when he still had the reins. And Biden has squandered it. Obama used to always say, well, there is no magic wand to fix the economy. And then Trump got in office and he said, yeah, well, there was no magic wand, but I planted the seeds. Trump is really riding my economy. After the 8 years of economic despair we endured during Obama's presidency. Well, now Joe Biden is attempting to do the same, taking credit for the economy that Donald Trump created, and Americans are getting back to work, thankfully. So you could say 9 million jobs added when it's really just 9 million jobs reallocated back to whoever had them before, or kind of swapped up. Some people were like, I'll take this job. Some other folks were like, I'll take this job. Yet they're taking credit for it. But you can look at the stock market. You can look at the gas prices. You can look at inflation. You can look at the price of tickets on a plane. 4 things, 5 things, dozens of things of failures upon the Biden administration. They want to blame it on the Putin price hike. They want to blame it on the supply chain crisis, this and that, and anything but the president. Meanwhile, when gas was nearing just about over over $3.50 in 19, Chuck Schumer was like, Democrats for low gas prices. Donald Trump is soaring the gas prices. He is destroying our country. But now that the gas average in our nation is approaching $5, Chuck Schumer is too busy twiddling his thumbs on Twitter talking about January 6th and how that poor grandma who is marching through the Capitol needs to be thrown in the slammer for life. These dirty, disgusting insurrectionists, quote unquote, who are destroying our nation and tearing the fabric of our love and our nation and this American experiment we've created. They're the ones who need to be tarred and feathered and thrown to prison for the rest of their lives. Just don't drive them to prison. And don't you dare call 911 if you see them running down the street, because in Michigan, one of the counties in Michigan, they can't afford to respond to your 911 call anymore. Because the gas is too dang high.
Yep.
Ain't no cap about it. Too dang high. That's a...
Go, you know the thing.
Got him.
It's no use.
I can't. Let's read this story real quick before we continue on. Actually, let me read a few comments. Suzanne Epp says, "Hello." Dick Chris says, "Totally by design. America was killed by a Trojan horse. Cancer killing us from the inside." There you go. There you go. He also says, Dog the Bounty Hunter showed me all I need to know about Hawaii. You can keep your meth at beautiful beaches. Oh, and that's Susan Epp, who says, only 2 states in a recent poll think Biden is doing a good job. Vermont and Hawaii. Yeah, I'm in Hawaii, and most people out here are very far out in leftard land. Yeah, they're also, they don't endure things the same way the rest of Americans do. I don't think you have to drive all that much in Hawaii. I think they have, like one interstate on, like, the Big Island, or... I'm saying the Big Island. Isn't there one called the Big Island? I mean, like the largest one, the one that has the capital of Hawaii on it. The Oahu. I haven't been to Hawaii in so long. I think you guys are seeing how embarrassing my Hawaiian geography is right now. But anyways, I don't think they have to do all that much driving. There's like 1, maybe 2 interstates over there. They ain't doing that much. Gas prices don't matter in Hawaii. In Vermont, well, yeah, I got no excuse. It's just a lot of rich people in that state. A lot of rich elitists that just. Anyways, so far this year, consumers spent more than $37 billion for domestic flights. Almost double what they spent in the first 5 months of last year when COVID-19 vaccines were just becoming widely available. While some consumers have been able to stomach the higher fare, especially for those who delayed travel plans during the pandemic, the dip in bookings show that some are rethinking their appetite for getting on a plane. Airfare has surged thanks to high fuel prices, labor shortages, and red-hot travel demand after 2 years of pandemic, marking one of the most dramatic examples of rising inflation this year, which is also a problem. Robert R. says there's no interstates in Hawaii. No, hold on. There is one interstate in Hawaii. I know there is. You can't even call it an interstate, but yeah, there's Interstate H1 in Hawaii. There you go. It's the longest and busiest interstate highway in the U.S. state of Hawaii. It's not an interstate by even the words the definition interstate, because interstate, between states, but it's an interstate, like INNER, which is pronounced the exact same way, but interstate versus interstate. It's within the state. Anyways, fact check on you. There you go. And Hip Hop Thinker's giving me the double fact check. Says there's H1, H2, and H3. Really? Oh, and apparently there's there was plans for an H4 as well. I've heard about that as well. Yeah, that's funny. I watched a video about that not too long ago. But anyways, tons of funny stuff happening with Hawaii. People in Hawaii should definitely care about these dang gas prices. I don't know, or flight prices. I don't know how they're going to get anywhere. Bookings have been mostly resilient, though it's unclear whether demand will last beyond the peak spring and summer travel season, when airlines make the bulk of their annual revenue. We have yet to see any cracks in airline bookings, and investors remain concerned about a potential slowdown post-peak summer travel. Airlines cheered the Biden administration's decision last week to lift a COVID testing requirement for inbound international travelers. United on Monday said that searches for international trips rose 7% in just 72 hours. Holy crap. It would scrap the international testing requirements, noting the majority of searches by U.S. travelers were for near-term travel this summer to destinations in Europe, Mexico, and the Caribbean. So, a lot of people concerned, a lot of people very worried, but mostly about demand. But prices are soaring, and even with the prices soaring, the money is worth less than it was before. With inflation skyrocketing, you're literally making less money at work than you were before, because your money is applicable to less things. Companies are either going to shrink their products, which means you get less for your buck indirectly, or they're going to raise your prices. Both of them screw you hard, just like the Biden administration has. And it's sad. It's sad. It's bad. It's sad. It makes me mad. It really ain't rad. It's really want to call on their dad down there in Australia so that we can pull up and send him to Sinbad. I don't even know if Sinbad's a place. I'm just trying to rhyme because, well, that's what I do when I'm desperate, running out of things to just cling to for hope. But anyways, there's tons of things happening, lots of movement, and maybe something's gonna happen. I don't know. Rebecca says Vermont, land of Ben and Jerry's. Ghetto goblins afford gas by selling their food stamps. Thick Wrist is a menace to society. He has been for a very long time. Anyways, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who's tuned into the show here. I want to check one more time, make sure I'm not missing out on anything. Shout out to John earlier as well for joining the Hall of Heroes and donating to support the stream. Before we wrap up, I do want to remind you guys this show is, of course, proudly sponsored by MyPillow. So if you haven't already, make sure you go to mypillow.com and use code CRUMP for your very own discount. These gas prices make you just want to sleep in every day and not go to work, right? And while I don't know how you're going to afford some very comfy pillows by not going to work, it will at least help you have a better night's sleep and enjoy your days just that much better. So if you're interested, make sure you go to mypillow.com and use code CRUMP, that is code CRUMP, for your discount on our favorite MyPillow products today. Rebecca Kaplan is sleepy, and so am I. And if you, or somebody you know, is ready to stand up against these gas prices and show the world just what is going on, then make sure you go to chandlercrump.com, hit the merchandise store, and check out some of our shirts about these dang gum gas prices. That might be the most Georgia thing I've ever said. But anyways, they are available in various different colors. We also have stickers as well. So if you're interested in showing up at your gas station and making it known just what's going on with the sticker, well, here it is right here. The gas prices aren't real yet, unless you're in California. And we also know that dang I did that sticker, which is haunting everybody already at the gas station, is available right now over on our website, chandlercrump.com. You can check it all out right up there. We also have mugs, so if anybody's ever coming over and you want to really show them, just hold up your drink. Gas prices, am I right? I sure wish these were liberal tears in my mug, because I'm sure they're crying just as bad as the rest of us are. Diamond R says, Sleepy Joe needs a MyPillow. So very true. Thick Chris says, since the day I was born, lol. There you go. Rebecca says, MyPillow is great. And Thick Chris says, I got on MyPillow and it stopped my snoring. Or so my sandwich maker says. Well, if she's looking to find more reasons to stay with you, Thick Wrist, make sure you maybe spoil her this upcoming Father's Day, because you don't know if that sandwich maker of yours is actually a woman or not. She might be a father. You never know. But make sure you go to mypillow.com, use code CRUMP, and get her some slippers, because everybody needs you some slippers. In fact, I think I'm going to get me some slippers soon. Anyways, all that stuff is available in the description below. Big shout out and thank you to everybody who's tuned in and supporting us. Last but not least, I have to do a meme break. There have been a multitude of memes sailing through the Twitter webs and the fields today, and I just have to show them to you. We saw a few earlier already, but I got to do these real quick as well. One from, what was it? Was it Elijah? Who is this? Let me put it up on screen for y'all. Yeah, okay, so Elijah. This one's gonna require a little bit of context, but it's just that's Justin Bieber right there. His face is half paralyzed now because of, we're not allowed to talk about some of the potential reasons why, or even what his doctor says, because that could be medical misinformation. But oh gosh. And they've got Fauci injecting the shot in him. Oh man. I don't know. That's the meme break for today. Thank you guys so much for being tuned in. Once again, all options to support the channel available down below. You want to stick it to Fauci? You want to spread the truth? You want to talk about these gas prices? ChandlerCrump.com. Aside from all that, we'll be back again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Chandler Brief, as we do every Monday and Wednesday at 4. So make sure you've got your notifications enabled and tune in right back here tomorrow at 4. Aside from all that, out to next time, free thinkers. Don't forget to spread the virus of intelligence. Have a great evening. Peace out and good night.
Into the the lines we